supporting actors, and ensemble. Again, thank you for supporting THS Theatre.
All over the country. Who are the un-American Americans amongst us?
Any man who was named by either a senator of a committee or a congressman is dangerous to the welfare of this nation.
President Eisenhower refuses to engage directly with McCarthy. In a letter to his brother, however, Eisenhower explains, as for McCarthy, only a short-sighted but completely inexperienced individual would urge the use of the office of the presidency to give an opponent the publicity he so avidly desires. Time and time again,
Yvette.
Monsieur, I didn't mean to come in. You're frightened after this.
Wouldn't want that. There are so many better ways to die. Please, turn off that noise. Everything going according to plan. Very good. Cook!
Sir.
Everything on schedule.
It'll be ready at 7:30.
Ah, right on time. You have your instructions?
Oui.
Very well then. Let the game begin. Good evening.
Good evening. I'm not sure if I'm in the right place.
Indeed, you are expected, Colonel.
How do you know who
It is Colonel Mustard, isn't it?
No, it's not Colonel Mustard.
I believe it has been recommended that tonight you use a pseudonym.
Oh, no, I took an antihistamine before I came.
May I take your coat?
I suppose.
Not to worry, sir. It is just the maid in the hall with the champagne cork.
Don't mind if I do?
This way, monsieur.
Oh, thank you. Were you expecting somebody else?
Indeed. I'll be with you in a moment.
Follow me, Colonel.
With pleasure, my dear.
Do come in, madam. You are expected. Welcome.
do you know who I am?
Only that you are a socialite to be known this evening as Mrs. White.
Yes, it said so in my letter, but why?
Mrs. White, may I introduce you? This is the maid, Yvette. I see you two know each other.
We've never met.
Champagne?
I think not.
Please warm yourself in the lounge.
Why? Do I look cold?
A bit. Right this way.
Oh, hello.
Hello, pleased to meet you.
I'm rarely pleased to meet anyone. More?
Oh, yes.
Bonjour, madame. Please come in, come in.
You must be Mrs. Peacock.
Who? Oh, yes, that's me.
Cook, will you please take Mrs. Peacock's stole? I see you two know each other.
Don't be ridiculous. I've never seen this woman before in my life.
Champagne?
My lips belong to the Lord.
Please, make yourself comfortable in the lounge.
Thank you. Oh, and for your hospitality.
There's a couple of Benjamins hidden under the caramels for you, Butler.
How sticky.
I expect to be treated like the wife of...
Hold that thought right through.
Oh my! Look at the detail in this building. This mansion is magnificent, isn't it? Who are you?
Welcome to the party.
This is turning out to be quite the crowd.
Is this the right address for a Mr. Body?
No, not you, sir.
Oh, sorry.
Please, come in.
This whole letter thing has me rather anxious.
You must be Mr. Green.
Yes, that's exactly who I am.
Welcome, sir.
Oh, wow. This isn't at all as expecting.
I find if you expect nothing, you're never disappointed.
Oh, I'm not disappointed at all.
Pardon me, sir.
Please do arrive. Sorry, evening, 7:30 sharp. Well, I'm here.
Professor Plum.
If you say so.
Well. And I thought I'd seen everything.
Miss Scarlett, I wasn't aware you and the professor were acquainted.
We're not. The bridges washed out from the rain, my car broke down, and this professor offered to give me a ride.
I'm hoping she'll return the favor someday.
Subtle. I wasn't aware we were headed to the same place until we arrived.
How was your drive?
It's a long haul.
It is a long haul, but then it's a very large house. Cook, dinner. Appetizers in the lounge.
Say, what is this godforsaken place anyways?
This old place is Barging Manor. The lounge.
Ooh, hors d'oeuvres. I'm starving.
Buddy, I don't have much of an appetite.
My, this really is a party.
I'd expect there'd be so many of you.
Right, but then you're all here. Colonel Mustard. Present. Miss Scarlett. Mrs. White.
Yes.
Professor Plum.
Right.
Mr. Green.
That's me.
And Mrs. Peter.
How do you do?
Greetings. I'm Wadsworth, the butler. Tonight, as you may have surmised, nobody is being addressed by their real name. A courtesy your host has provided to ensure your privacy. I suggest you follow his lead and refrain from revealing too much about yourselves this evening. You never know when.
Sorry.
Ah, dinner.
Mr. Wadsworth, you were saying you never know what?
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 This way, please.
Sorry.
We really oughtn't keep her waiting. Cook can get cranky. Ladies and gentlemen, the dining room is right this way. You will find your names beside your places. Please be seated.
Did you see
I
my
sit there. Dad,
Oh, there you
sit.
go.
I sit here. No,
Come, I believe you sit here.
Okay, I have a pint. Don't you have arms?
So the seat at the head of the table, is that for you?
Indeed, no, sir. I don't sit. I'm merely a humble butler.
What exactly do you do?
I bottle, sir. Thank you, cook.
All right. What's this about, Butler? This dinner party?
Ours not to reason why, ours but to do and die.
Die?
Merely quoting, sir, from Alfred, Lord Tennyson.
I prefer Kipling myself. Do you like Kipling?
Sure, I'll eat anything. So, who's the host? Is this where he sits?
All in good time, sir.
What's that smell? Something familiar. Shark's fin soup. My favorite.
I know.
Bon appetit. Oh, the soup is so delicious. Well, I guess I'll be the one to break the ice. I'll be the one to get the ball rolling. I'm used to being the hostess. It's an integral part of my life as the wife of a... oh, I forgot. We're not supposed to say who we really are. I have no idea what we're doing here, but I am intrigued. This soup is delicious, isn't it?
I know who you are. I work in Washington.
Washington? So you must be a politician's wife, Mrs. Peacock.
Yes, I
It's your husband. Maybe I know him.
am. Well, you see, he's Mrs. White. You've been awfully quiet. What is it that your husband does?
Nothing.
Nothing.
He just sort of lies around on his back all day.
How lazy.
Not necessarily.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Let me get that for you. I apologize.
Only $5, mister.
Oh, what?
Mrs.
Yes.
What is it that you do in Washington?
I better not say. I like to follow the rules.
Well, if I wasn't trying to keep the conversation going, we would all be sitting here in an embarrassed silence.
Are you afraid of us, Mrs. Peacock?
Yes. No.
Why? I fear myself from what I would call pressure of speech.
Is that official diagnosis?
Are you a doctor, Professor?
In psychological medicine,
Do you practice?
not anymore. Now I'm the U.S. government.
Ah, another politician.
Not necessarily. I work for the you-know-who.
Who?
The United Nations Organization, World Health Organization.
Oh, the you-know-who, it's an acronym.
I have a sister who's a gymnast.
You are a real colonel, aren't you?
I am, sir.
Aren't you going to mention the coincidence that you also live in Washington, D.C., Colonel?
How do you know that?
Oh, I've seen you before.
So, Miss Scarlett, does that mean you live in Washington too?
Sure.
Does anyone here not live in Washington?
Oh, so this must be about the Red Scare.
I'm not a communist, I'm a Republican!
Wadsworth. I've had about enough of this. Who's up and why have you been brought here?
Ah, speak of the devil. Pardon me, please.
I've got an idea.
Oh, good thinking, Miss Scarlett.
What are we doing?
Putting the glass to the door. Ample sound waves so we can hear through the door.
All the guests have arrived as expected, sir. Everything's going according to plan. We'll meet you in the study.
What am I doing? What? Who
Can I interest any of you in fruit or dessert?
No.
Very well then. May I suggest we adjourn to the study, where I believe your newly arrived host will reveal his intentions, your letters will be explained, and the game will be afoot.
Cafe? Brandy?
Thank you, Yvette. That will be all.
Oui, monsieur.
Well, where's our host?
He is not here. Nobody is here. What is happening?
Cigarettes? They'll calm your nerves.
I don't smoke.
For Wadsworth.
Open after dinner.
It's for you.
Right then, are you all comfortable?
I make a good living.
Oh, I'll live in Wadsworth.
Ladies and gentlemen, these instructions are clear.
That something is.
It seems the 6 of you have all received the same letter. It will be to your advantage to be present on this evening, where a Mr. Body will bring to end a certain long-standing, confidential, and painful financial liability.
Well, you're reading mine.
We're reading this.
I'm going off the page.
As it turns out, you all have one thing in common.
Scoundrel McCarthy will be blacklisted, aren't we?
Close, Colonel. You're all being blackmailed. For some considerable time, all of you have been paying more than you can afford to someone who threatens to expose you.
Blackmail? What would someone blackmail me for? I go to church every Sunday. Yeah, lady, don't we all?
Anybody else wish to deny it? Until you received your letters, you hadn't known who was blackmailing you. But now I'm sure that even the least discerning amongst you has determined that the man behind your ransom is Mr. Body himself.
Yes.
And who are you, his henchman?
But who is this body?
Backward!
You're a scoundrel.
All the stress is not good for my blood pressure.
Blackmail.
Who is this body fella, you brutish butler?
Who Mr. Body is none of your concern. Suffice to say, he is a supporter of the House Un-American Activities Committee, and feels your activities have been decidedly un-American.
What American?
My task this evening is to expose your secrets to each other, rendering you culpable in each other's indiscretions.
But we hardly know each other.
Precisely.
Then why don't you just spare us this humiliation?
I'm afraid I have no choice. We'll start with you, Professor Plum. It says here you were once a professor of psychiatry, specializing in pathological lying lunatics, suffering from delusions of grandeur.
Yes, but now I work for the U.S. government.
So your work has not changed. But you can't practice medicine anymore, can you? Your license has been lifted.
Why? What do you do?
You know what male doctors are not supposed to do to their lady patients?
Yeah.
Well, he did.
How awful! Someday there'll be a reckoning for men like you.
I hope so.
Me too.
You're disgusting.
Are you making moral judgments, Mrs. Peacock?
Well,
How then do you justify taking bribes in return for delivering Senator Peacock's votes to certain lobbyists?
my husband is a paid consultant. There's nothing wrong with that.
Not if it's publicly declared, but if you slip cash under the stall door at old Ebbett's Grill, how would you describe that transaction?
Oh, I'd say it stinks.
When were you in that? Men's bathroom.
So it's true.
No, it's a vicious lie.
But you've been paying the blackmail for over a year now to keep that story out of the papers.
Well,
Seems rather sticky, no?
well, you see.
Well, I'm willing to believe that I too am being blackmailed for something I didn't do.
And so am I!
Not me.
You're not being blackmailed.
Oh, I'm being blackmailed, all right. But I did what I blackmailed for.
What did you do?
I run my own business.
That's not a crime.
You didn't ask me what kind of business I run.
All right, what kind of business do you run?
I provide gentlemen with the company of a young lady.
An escort service in Washington.
How scurrilous.
I'm sure some people are just a little lonely.
A man having to spend money for a nice little woman, that's a problem I'll never have.
So, Miss Scarlett, is that how you knew Colonel? Is he one of your clients?
Certainly not!
I was asking Miss Scarlett.
Will you tell him it's not true?
It's not true.
Is that true?
No, it's not true.
Aha! So it is true.
A double negative.
You mean you have photographs?
That sounds like a confession to me. In fact, the double negative has led to proof positive. I'm afraid you gave yourself away.
Wadsworth, are you trying to make me look like a fool in front of the other guests?
You don't need my help for that. Going on. It says here you hold a sensitive security post at the Pentagon. Those negatives would certainly compromise your position.
And what position exactly were you caught in, Colonel?
Oh, this is an outrage!
Right then.
Oh,
Next. This is White. You've been paying the blackmailer ever since your husband died under, shall we say, mysterious circumstances.
Say what you want. I didn't kill him.
Then why did you pay the blackmail?
I didn't want another scandal, do I?
Another?
Yes, we had a very humiliating confrontation. He had threatened to kill me in public.
I was going to kill you in public.
I think she meant he threatened in public to kill her.
It was all over the papers.
And yet, he was the one who died. Not you, Mrs. White. Not you.
He was found dead. At home. Unclothed. His head had been cut off and so had his. Oh! But I didn't do it. I had been out all evening at the movies. What was showing? The Naked Alibi. A likely story.
But he was your second husband. Your first also disappeared.
Yes, that was his job. He was an illusionist.
But he never reappeared.
He wasn't a very good illusionist.
And lastly, Mr. Green, who is a...
I don't need you to unmask me, Wadsworth. I know exactly what you're going to say.
What's that?
Mr. Green, who is a homosexual. Not me! Pardon?
You asked who's a homosexual, and I said not me.
Yes. Thank you, Colonel. But there's more to it than that, Mr. Green.
Well, how do you mean?
There's evidence to support the question of your politics.
My politics is, when has working for the Republican Party ever been a crime?
You swore an oath of allegiance to the Republican Party, yet neglected to vote for Eisenhower in the last election. That's grounds for an ousting if ever there was one.
My voting records are confidential.
Everything has a price, Mr. Green.
So there you have it.
Have what?
A crooked senator's wife, a lascivious doctor, a disloyal Republican, and so forth. Not exactly adhering to an all-American standard of behavior, are you?
You asked.
But if this body fella is such a noble citizen, then why didn't he turn us in himself?
Yeah! And give up the opportunity to make a buck? Come now, Professor. What could be more American than that?
Apple pie?
So we're all being blackmailed by a right-wing McCarthyist. Where does that leave us? Who is this Mr. Body?
Then what does he want from us?
Who cares? I'm not waiting to find out. I've done nothing wrong. I'm leaving.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Peacock, you can stay to now, but I'm afraid you cannot leave this house.
I am the wife of a great senator. You can't tell me what to do. Locked!
Locked? Yes, indeed. All the doors are locked, the windows are barred, and the grounds are patrolled by vicious dogs. There's no way out.
How dare you do this?
Ladies and gentlemen, may I introduce your host for this evening and your blackmailer for life, Mr. Body.
How do you do?
How dare you?
I thought you were supposed to be good looking. You swine! Boy, I like to give you a piece of my mind, and I would like confrontation.
Blackmailing all these innocent people? I don't get it. What's in it for you?
Another typical man. Better off dead.
Oh.
Why to the study with her knee?
Oh.
Thank you. I've studied martial arts.
There is one more piece of information you may all like to have.
What?
The police are coming in less than an hour.
The police?
Why the police?
Isn't that just what
Unless...
Unless what?
Unless you agree to... double down.
And why would we agree to that?
Because if you don't, I will give this briefcase containing all the evidence I need to expose your wrongdoings, the police, the press, and the House Un-American Committee. With the right spin, those can make a commie out of anyone. I think some of you would face a lifetime in prison, others a lifetime of shame.
Get the briefcase! That's exactly. Unless what?
Well, there's something you could do for me that would change the game. Something I just can't bear to do myself.
What?
Have a seat, please.
All right. Hope you don't mind if I could, sit. Oh, sorry. Little accident, sorry.
What's this all about, sir?
In this bag, there are some packages that I thought our guests might find useful this evening.
Packages.
Presents, if you may. I am a generous sort of fellow.
Are you?
Wadsworth, see to it that each guest receives a gift, will you?
Certainly.
Would anyone like to make a guess as to what's in their gifts?
Perfume.
Candy.
A rare single Scotch whiskey.
Aren't guessing games fun? Please, open them.
Candlestick. What's this for?
A wrench. A lead pipe.
A dagger.
A revolver.
It's a rope.
In your hands, you each hold a lethal weapon. You all came here tonight because you believed the evidence against you was so terrible, they would do anything to keep it a secret. I'm putting that theory to a test.
You are?
Wadsworth here is the only other person who knows all your secrets, and is costing us all dearly to keep him quiet.
Well, how do you mean?
I wouldn't have to double your blackmail if I didn't have to pay Mr. Wadsworth here for his silence.
Wadsworth?
That's a lie.
He may look suave and charming,
Thank you.
but really he's conniving and manipulative.
False.
Why else do you think he called the police?
Wadsworth, you called the police?
Only because he instructed me to do so.
Did I? Ladies and gentlemen, if you can get rid of Wadsworth, I'll have no need to double your blackmail or expose you to the police. In fact, if you can eliminate Wadsworth,
I'll kill him.
get rid of your blackmail altogether.
I think
Be
that's
done
exactly
with
what
this
he
terrible business once and for all.
You would never. He's lying. I'm one of you. I'm not a butler. I'm an indentured servant.
Not familiar, but afraid. Don't make a scene, Wadsworth. It's over. The police are on their way. Now's your chance. The only way to avoid finding yourself on the front pages and in custody is for one of you to kill Wadsworth. Now.
Ah! I'm a doctor.
He's dead.
Who had the gun?
I
So you shot him.
didn't.
If you didn't, then who did?
I was holding the gun, it was taken from me, and next thing I knew, there was a shot.
There's no gunshot wound.
He's right, there isn't.
There's a bullet lodged here.
Eagle eye, Miss Scarlet.
But if the bullet hole's over here, how was he shot there?
Don't ask me, I'm not a forensics expert.
Something else must have killed him. One of us must have killed him.
But who?
Don't look at me, I didn't do it.
I didn't even know the guy.
I need a drink.
Don't touch it. What if, hear me out, body was poisoned by the brandy?
There, Mrs. Bingham. I'm sure I'm going to do this fine. Just stay here.
Come now.
Someone had to stop her from screaming.
Was the brandy poisoned?
How should I know?
Looks like now we'll never know.
Unless she dies too. The screams are coming from the billiard room.
Well, where's the billiard? Where is it? What's it? Tell us where it is. Where is it?
It's locked. Who's in there? Who's screaming? Yvette. Yvette, are you alright?
Yvette, are you alive?
Of course not, you idiot! No thanks to you, Wordsmith. You've been up this up in this house with a murderer.
So the murderer is here.
Where?
There. Here. You're looking at me.
What took you so long?
I'm an old woman who may or may not have just been poisoned. It's amazing I'm anywhere.
I urge you on the study. One of you is the killer. Mr. Body is dead.
How could you hear us in this study?
I was listening. I have a tape recorder in the gallery room connected to the study. Mr. Body asked me to record a conversation.
Why would Body ask you to do that?
For evidence, of course. But there are secrets in the study. Now they're all recorded.
Where are those tapes? I've got to destroy them.
Who cares about the tapes? But about the body.
What body?
Body's body!
Yvette, why were you in there screaming all by yourself?
Because I was frightened. I too drank the cognac. Maybe I poisoned too. Plus, one of you is a killer. Mr. Body is dead.
Oh, we gotta figure out which one of them did it.
What do you mean, which one of them?
Well, I didn't.
Well, one of you did. I would have done it myself, but I didn't have access to a weapon.
Don't look at me. All I got was a candlestick.
What if none of us killed Body?
Who else is in the house?
Unless the cook.
Well, it seems like no one's here.
Oh my, me and my husband had a kitchen just like this. The first brownstone has such a homey feel, doesn't it?
I didn't do it.
You better explain yourself, Wadsworth.
Me?
Well, who'll do it on account of the cook? How can you be making jokes at a time like this? Some defense. Further, killer, I'd kill you next. I said it! There's only one admitted killer here, and it's not me. It's Mrs. White.
I've admitted nothing.
You hate the black man. How many husbands have you had?
Mine or other women's?
Yours?
5.
5?
Yes, just the 5. Husbands should be like Kleenexes. Soft, strong, disposable.
Well, if it wasn't you, who was it? Who had the dagger?
It was Miss Bickle!
Yes, but I put it down.
Where?
In the study, any one of us could have picked it up.
Well, I didn't.
I didn't even see a dagger.
Daggers are too short range.
It must have been Mr. Green.
It's always please help me. Oh, goodness, let him up.
You really ought to learn how to speak up for yourself, Mr. Green.
Gentlemen, might I suggest we take Cook's body to the study? Firstly, when the police arrive, if they find this, we'll all be in custody and under the suspicion for murder.
Murder!
And secondly, I'm the butler. I like to keep the kitchen tidy.
He's gone.
Where's the body?
What are you all staring at?
No body.
What do you mean?
No body! No body! Mr. Body's body, it's gone!
Maybe he really wasn't dead.
He was.
We should have made sure.
I thought I had.
Well, was he dead or was he?
He was.
Maybe he was, but somebody moved him.
And why?
Well, how should I know?
If he's not here, then where is he?
Oh my. It's the little girl. I have to, No. I just need to powder my nose.
There's a toilet outside still.
I don't mean to alarm anybody, but we do currently have the small issue of 2 dead bodies, 1 missing, 1 present, and the imminent arrival of the police.
But I don't want extra time. I want the police to arrive. I'm trapped in this house with a minute.
Well, once the police get here, we're all doomed.
Wadsworth, am I right in thinking that there's nobody else in this house?
No.
Then there is somebody else in this house.
Sorry, I said no, meaning yes.
No meaning yes.
Yes.
Look, I want a straight answer.
Don't look at me!
Is there anybody else in this house?
No.
No, there is. No, there isn't.
Yes.
There seems to be some confusion of whether or not there's anybody else in this house.
There's not.
There's not any confusion if there's nobody else in this house.
Either. Both.
Wadsworth, I want a clear answer.
What was the question?
Is there anybody else in this house?
No!
That's what he says, but does he know?
Look, we've got a killer on the loose, the missing dead body of a Mr. Body, and all these easily accessible murder weapons. The rope, the revolver, the wrench, the candlestick, and where's the lead pipe?
It's Mr. Body!
He's attacking her! Oh God, he's so bloody!
I'm a doctor. He's dead.
Yeah, that's what we said last time.
I believe in second chances.
Mr. Body, dead. Again? I'll catch you. Oh, sorry.
Mrs. Peacock,
Yes,
where did this happen?
in the bathroom. At first I thought he was attacking me, but then I realized he was just dead, bloody, just waiting to fall on somebody.
Who would do such a thing?
Takes our guts to kill someone twice.
That's what we call overkill.
But why?
What's the difference?
Makes a difference to him.
Makes a difference to us. We've got to find out who killed him, where, and with what.
Seems like it's probably the lead pipe.
10 points, Professor Plum.
This
This is a game!
You! The lead pipe belonged to you!
Yes, but I dropped on my way to the kitchen.
Who drops a murder weapon?
I didn't go to the murder weapon, I dropped it.
So, anyone could have picked it up?
Yes, but who did? Who did pick it up? Who picked up the lead pipe and brutally murdered Mr. Body, leaving him dead and bloodied in the bathroom? Who did it? Who?
Butler. While you're all over here losing your marbles, I'm over here trying to do something useful. Have you all forgotten about the evidence against us?
The evidence!
Mr. Body's briefcase is locked.
There has to be a key.
Mr. Green, would you be so kind as to check Mr. Body's pockets for the key to the briefcase containing the evidence against us, so that we may destroy said evidence once and for all?
Why me?
Why not?
Where'd you get that?
I don't like germs.
Or fingerprints?
No, it's really just the germs. Oh God! He's so warm! Oh!
Pockets can be handled.
Unlocked.
Okay.
Someone take the body.
Oh. Don't get my red. Oh. You first.
Empty?
Where's all the evidence?
I told you Bobby was a liar. Had the evidence in his briefcase my foot.
We need to find that evidence.
And destroy it.
Look, we're in a room with 2 dead bodies.
And the cottons are there.
Let's move into the couch to the look less dead.
Some party,
Get guts on the ground.
some party this is turning out to be.
Oh!
Well, all right.
We can go in the middle.
Okay.
Where's the? Don't put that. No.
Pianos are heavier than they seem, aren't they?
I wouldn't know.
Right, me either.
Upsy down!
Jack doesn't go farther in the back forward and more than it has.
I think it's just the blade.
Oh, nasty.
Solid battlefield technique, Professor Plum.
Good, they just look asleep.
Can we forget about the bodies? We've got to do something about the room full of murder weapons!
I've an idea. We'll put the weapons in the bag.
What good will that do?
Then we'll zip it up.
Most murderers know how zippers work, Wadsworth.
I know.
Then we'll put it in the safe.
Terrific! Where's the safe?
In the hall.
Don't see a safe. Is that an original trombone, Mr. Wadsworth?
Those are quite valuable.
Now is not the time for art appreciation, Butler.
Oh! A hidden safe on the wall. How original.
Pretty smart.
There. Locked.
Voila!
What are you going to do with the key, Wadsworth?
Oh yes, look here.
I'll put it in my pocket.
But what if you're the murderer?
I'm not.
But what if you are?
I've an idea. We'll throw it outside.
Wait, Alex, do ya?
But it's raining. Alex,
I'm not suggesting we go outside. I'm suggesting we stay inside and throw away the key.
Wouldn't you have to open the door to throw away the key?
I would.
What if the killer's outside?
Better out than in.
Exactly. But opening the door risks letting the killer back in.
But if we open the door, we could allow the killer to go out.
Okay, the killer seems to be doing a fine job of opening and closing doors all by himself. I don't see how opening the door for one tiny second could possibly make any sort of difference.
But what if we throw away the key and the killer catches it? Then the killer would have the key we're trying to confiscate.
We might be overthinking this. I'm going to throw away the key.
All right.
Aren't the windows barred this way?
Right there. Let's do it out a window. Which door are we using, Wadsworth?
No.
Let's just use the front door. Front door.
Okay.
Was that the killer?
Takes one to know one.
Leave it to me. Interrogation is my specialty.
Okay.
How do you do?
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to disturb the entire household, but my car broke down here, and I was wondering if I could borrow your phone.
Are you a killer?
What? No!
All right, this way.
No, I don't. Thank you.
Let me get that for you.
Right, thank you. Alrighty then. Where is it?
What, the body?
No, the phone. Wait! Body? What?
There's nobody. There's nobody.
Right. There's nobody in the study.
Oh no! I'm afraid that phone's been disconnected. You can use the one in the lounge.
Alrighty then.
Right through the air.
Thank you. Thank you.
Not my All right! Listen up. Our task is twofold. One, find the evidence, and two, find the murderer.
We have a potential suspect contained in the lounge, but that leaves the whole rest of the house up for grabs. Who knows who's grabbed all of these doors?
I suggest we handle this in a proper military fashion. We're split up and search the house.
Split up!
Yes, in a pair. That way none of us will be alone.
But if we split up, one of us will be part of the killer, and they might get killed.
One, two.
Then we know who killed it.
But the other half of the pair would be dead.
Casualties are inevitable, Mr. Park. You can't make an omelet without breaking eggs. Any cook will tell you that.
But look what happened to the cook.
Girl, are you willing to take that chance?
What choice do we have?
None.
All right.
I suppose.
I'll split us up into groups. One, eeny, meeny, miny.
No.
Oh!
Mrs. White, you come with me. Mrs. Peacock, you're with Professor Plum. Yvette, you're with Mr. Green. And Miss Scarlet, you're with Eenie Meenie.
But what if somebody doesn't come back?
We'll remember you fondly. Now go! Leave no door unopened and cherish your partner. They may be the last person you ever see. That's what I'm worried about.
Why? It's just us. We're alone.
That's just it. No man in his right mind would be alone with you.
Fine. You go in there, I'll go in here. Well, aren't you going in?
Yes, are you?
Yes.
On the count of 3. 1, 3.
Nothing in that room.
Nothing in that room either.
Shall we search the ballroom?
After you.
This is quite an impressive library.
How am I supposed to find anything if I don't even know what I'm looking for?
Civilized society is perpetually endangered towards us, hostility towards one another.
Your fancy words don't intimidate me, Professor.
I take no credit, Mrs. Peacock. Roy! I think he's onto something.
Now is not the time for academic pursuits. We're supposed to be finding evidence.
It's a fruitless search, if you ask me. It's not like we're going to walk into a room and see evidence plastered on the wall.
I suppose you're right.
I say we go upstairs. Maybe we'll be excited by something in the bedroom.
I haven't been excited by anything in the bedroom for years.
Hi, I'm a little nervous. I'm at the big house on the hill, and I've been locked in the lounge. I didn't expect there to be so many people around. I think they're having some sort of party, and the funny thing is, I think one of them is my customer. Yeah, my regular Tuesday night passenger.
Professor Plum's stupid tobacco pipe.
What do you think that means?
I don't know, but it seems suspicious if you ask me.
I just did.
Honest to God, Carl.
Where are we anyway?
Search me.
All right.
Get your mitts off me. Just an expression.
My apologies, Miss Scarlet. I struggle with nuance.
This is the last room to search in this beastly mansion, and we still haven't found any evidence.
I think the time's been productive nevertheless.
Well, aren't you a Pollyanna?
You're a brave and determined lady, Miss Scarlet, and I've really enjoyed our time together. I hope that after this expedition ends, we can remain friends. I mean, murders aside, it's a lovely group of people and all. I'd really like to hear Mrs. White explain when and how she lost her veil.
You found Mrs. White's veil? Odd.
Oh.
Odd. A trap door. A trap door leading to a secret passage.
Ladies first, Miss Scarlet.
How heroic.
Where are we now?
How should I know? The lights are out.
Well, turn them on.
I would if I could see anything.
I'm going to feel my way around.
Don't get any funny ideas.
Okay. A table?
A telephone?
A chair?
A body?
Shut the door!
Get me out of here!
Let us in! Let us in!
We can't let you out. The door to the lounge is locked.
You had the key, Wadsworth. You locked the motorist in here.
That's right, I did. I do. I don't think it's gone.
Gone? Please get us out of here. There's a killer on the loose.
Presume alternative. I'm going to have to break the door down.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Stand back! I'm a doctor!
Stand back. And bundle.
Ooh!
What the hell was that?
The door is open. I'm done shooting at you. You can come out now.
Why were you shooting at us?
To open the door.
But you could have killed us.
I said stand back.
Oh, let's not finding the key to the lounge to our priorities.
Zach, French, where'd you find that gun?
This is it. It was unlocked.
Unlocked? That's impossible. I have the key. No, I haven't. It's gone.
God! Not to be dead horse or anything, but I feel like having All of the keys are very important.
I thought you said you'd throw away the key, Wadsworth.
That's what I said, but I didn't do it. We got distracted by the motorist at the door and I forgot. One of you must have taken the keys from my pocket while we were searching the house.
So Keys is the killer.
Precisely.
Speaking of the killer, there's a dead body in the lounge room. Motorist is dead.
Huh? Oh, good heavens.
Which one of you did it?
And he was already dead. But the door to the lounge was locked.
Found in the billiard room.
Secret passage. Say, who designed this place?
The Parker brothers.
Quick, I'll hide the gun.
Hide!
Don't worry. It's not the police.
It's the police!
Oh!
I'm gonna go after it! No! It's the right thing to do!
Open the door! Good evening, sir.
How do you do, officer? We've been expecting you.
Ma'am?
We have
I got a tip about a bandit colony in his house. Did a motorcycle bike help by any chance?
No.
Yes.
There seems to be some disagreement. At any rate, can I come and use the phone? Where might I find this phone?
You'll find one in the lounge.
Out of order.
Of course, you'll find one in the study. Oh, you boy!
If you please, sir, you may use the phone in the library.
You're all acting rather peculiar.
It's because our chandelier fell down.
It's my favorite chandelier. Tooele without it.
We could have died. But not to worry, the maid will clean it up.
That's all well and good, but what's going on in the lounge and stuff?
Lounging, study. This way, please.
Let me have a look.
No.
What?
This way, please.
Actually, I'd take a look around if you don't mind.
Certainly. I'll give you the grand tour of Body Manor. Body Manor was built by Lord Reginald Body in 1784.
We've got to cover our tracks and get rid of this guy.
Mr. Body was declared Lord Body. Was declared Lord Body when somebody discovered an antibody that could cure everybody. Notice the mahogany floors. Did you know in the 17th century the buccaneer John Esquemeling recorded these mahogany for making canoes? Can you canoe?
What? Hey, where'd everybody go?
Notice the brass doorknobs, handcrafted for Lord Body by his buddy in 1870.
I don't care about the doorknob, mister. What's going on around here? What are you hiding in those two rooms?
What two rooms?
The lounge and the study.
Oh, those two rooms?
Yes.
No, officer, I don't think you should go in there.
Why not?
I'm afraid it's all too shocking.
Hello, officer. Welcome to the party.
Excuse me.
You are excused.
Pardon me.
Good night, officer.
Oh, well, that's shocking, mister. Those folks are having a good time, huh? This is a party.
My apologies, sir.
I'll say peek in the lounge if you don't mind.
The one on the left.
How do you do, officer?
Are these men drunk?
Dead drunk.
You want a sip? Oh, no, I couldn't drink on the job. I'd take the joke. Kills if you do, kills if you don't. What?
Have a lovely evening, officer.
Same to you. Well,
I can explain everything.
there's no explanation necessary. There's nothing illegal happening here.
There's not.
Of course not. America. And that was the pursuit of happiness. May I use your phone?
Certainly. The library, officer.
Thank you.
All right, coast is clear. You can come out now. Oh, well done, all of you.
I didn't know you had that in you. It was a lot though. That was ugly.
All right, I've locked him in the library.
How'd you do that? I thought you didn't have the keys.
I didn't have my right pocket keys, but my left pocket keys were intact. Now we need to finish searching the manor. The police are on their way.
But the police already arrived.
Not the broken down car police, the criminal investigation police.
Precisely. Now, we haven't much time. Leave no door unopened. And we can't afford any more murders. This is getting dangerous. Now go!
Hello? Hello? Power must be installed. Oh, hello, Chief. Yes, this is. Hello? Hello, are you still there? Is this phone working?
Hello? Who turned out the lights? Hello? Oh, it's only you. I thought he was a killer.
Did somebody cut the line? Hello?
Oh, did you find a clue? What is that? In your hand?
Oh, good, you can hear me. You see, I found an abandoned car in the mansion while the power just went out. I'm telling you, Chief, there's something here. The pop. So. No!
Any of you hear that?
Sounds like a telephone off the hook.
Coming from the library.
So that's where the murderer must be.
I'm going in.
Right?
Of course.
Of what? A fate worse than death?
No, just death. Excuse me, officer. Do you need any assistance? A phone book, perhaps?
Copper, the butler asked you a question. Now hang up that phone, or I will.
We should be safe here in the billiard room.
I do not feel safe.
I can't relax.
How about a round of pool to ease the nerves.
Sure, why not?
Yeah, let's do it.
I am your singing telegram.
Oh.
Ew.
3 murders in 3 minutes.
That's our best record.
3 murders.
6 altogether.
There was Mr. Body, the cook, the motorist, the cop, Yvette, and the singing telegram girl.
But who is the murderer?
Ain't that the $1 million question?
Sometimes the most obvious answer is right under our noses. I suggest we retrace our steps. It all started like this. At the beginning of the night, there was thunder, lightning, the dogs barked. Then, ding dong, got a mustard. Ding dong, Mrs. White, who noticed Yvette. Mrs. Peacock, who noticed the cook. Then, Mr. Green, sit! No, not you, sir, please, come in. Then, Professor Plum, Miss Garland. Then, dinner is served. That was more like cocktail minute. To the dining room. Shark fin soup. Oh, yum! Yum! Then Mr. Body arrived and we all went to the study. Coffee, brandy. Who is this Mr. Body? Butler. How do you do? Then, Mr. Body asked me to pass out packages. No, it's a rope. Then, Mr. Body switched off the lights. Now! Mr. Body was dead, but not really. Really, he was alive. Then, Mrs. Peacock drank from his drink. Someone stopped the screaming. Then, we all heard... To the billiard room! But Mrs. Peacock joined late. I am an old woman who may or may not have been poisoned. Then Mrs. White asked, who else is in the house? To which we all replied, the cook! But we found nothing in the bag. Oh! So much blood! Choked! Ah! Would somebody help me up, please? I suggested we take Cook's body to the study, but Body's body was gone. Then the briefcase. Empty! No. Then Mrs. Peacock entered his body on her body because Buddy had been bludgeoning his baby. Next, the briefcase. Empty! Then the motorist arrived. Are you a killer? And I locked him in the lounge. Dead! Then the unexpected cop showed up. Hello, you're all acting rather peculiar. Dead! Then the maid was strangled in the billiard room. Dead! Which brings us to da-da-da-da-da-da. I am back! And here we all
But what does it prove?
Nothing!
Where?
Enough of this. I know who the killer is.
You do?
I do.
Very well, Miss Scarlet, we're listening. Who do you accuse?
It was Professor Plum in the hall with the revolver. Liar! We all heard the gun go off, Professor. And I found your stupid tobacco pipe in the hall while we were searching the house. When did you have time to drop it, huh? While you were scoping out the best vantage point to kill your next victim? And I read that poor singing telegram girl was an old patient of yours, right?
I've never met that woman in my entire life.
The revolver is missing. Gentlemen, turn out your pockets. Ladies, empty your purses. Whoever has the revolver is the killer.
Well done, Wadsworth. You won't be able to say anything if you're all dead.
That means so. But if we're alive, officers, there's your man.
Well done, Wadsworth.
Hey, that's what I said!
Well, I'm saying it now. Pink Cuff, Chief of Police. And Professor Plum, you're coming with me.
But that's not how it happened. It happened like this.
We're listening, Professor. Who do you accuse?
It was Colonel Mustard in the lounge with the wrench.
I never lounge.
I found your Medal of Honor in the lounge where the mojo was killed with the wrench which, may I say, belonged to you. That's a lie!
The wrench is missing. Gentlemen, turn out your pockets. Ladies, empty your purses. Whoever has the wrench is the killer.
Oh! Well done, Wadsworth!
Officers, there's your man. Not a kernel of truth in him.
Well done, Wadsworth.
Hey, that's what I said!
Well, I'm saying it now. Gil T. Burdick, Chief of Police. And Colonel Mustard, you're coming with me.
You have it all wrong! It happened like this!
We're listening, Colonel. Who do you accuse?
It was Mrs. White in the billiard room with the rope.
I'd rather die.
I found your veil in the billiard room. And I saw you look at Yvette when she served you dinner.
It's true. I hated Yvette. I hated her so much that flames on the sides of my face, heaving, breathing breaths. But just because I hated her doesn't mean I killed her.
The rope is missing. Gentlemen, turn out your pockets. Ladies.
Well done, Wadsworth.
Well done, Wadsworth.
Hey, that's what I said.
Well, I'm saying it now. Mark the words, Chief of Police. Mrs. White.
That's not how it happened. It happened like this. It was Mrs. Peacock in the kitchen with the dagger. I found your feather near the corpse.
What? The dagger is missing.
Well done, Wadsworth. Hey, that's what I said. What? Say it now.
I'm Harry B. Hatchet.
Chief of Police.
But that's not how it happened.
It happened like this.
It was Miss Scarlet in the library with the candlestick.
Maximum, Chief of Police.
You can't do this to me, Wadsworth.
Frankly, Miss Scarlet, I don't give a damn. But that's not how it really happened. It happened like this. I'm getting so dizzy. I know who the murderer is. Who? All of you. Please don't move. You're all killers.
You can't prove anything, Wadsworth.
I'm not Wadsworth. I'm Mr. Body.
But Mr. Body bled all over me.
It wasn't Body who was bleeding.
Well, if Body wasn't Body, then who was it?
He was Wadsworth, my butler.
What?
Wait, if you're the real Mr. Body, then what was your purpose in dragging this all out?
Well, When you all started killing people off, I decided to roll the dice. See if you'd kill off my entire network of spies and informers, which you all did splendidly. Generously leaving your fingerprints on every glass, doorknob, and dead body.
But why this whole charade? The searching of the house, the madness of retracing our steps.
It's all part of the game.
A game?
Well, yeah. I'm relaxed. Now that you've killed everyone off, there's no evidence left against me. I've got off scot-free.
But the police will arrive any second now. You're done for.
What's so funny?
Nobody's called the police, have they?
They were never on their way.
Now listen up, you reprobates. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to put the bodies in the cellar, lock the cellar door, leave Body Manor one at a time, and forget that any of this ever happened.
I can't forget any of this.
With murder on the menu, the price of blackmail is tripled.
Forgotten.
Now go!
Wait a minute. We can all rush him. He's got no more bullets left in that gun.
You think I'm going to fall for that old trick?
It's not a trick. There was one Mr. Body in the study, two at the chandelier, two at the lounge door, and one at the singing telegram girl.
That's not 6.
1 plus 2 plus 2 plus 1.
No, there was only one shot at the chandelier, so that's 1 plus 2 plus 1 plus 1.
Even if you were right, it would be 1 plus 1 plus 2 plus 1, not 1 plus 2 plus 1 plus 1.
Fine, 1 plus 1 plus... Shut up! The fact of the matter is, I have 1 bullet left in this gun, and anybody who moves is going to get it.
So that's it? You're just gonna keep blackmailing us?
Why not?
I'll tell you why. Larry Goodman, FBI! The jig is up! Or is it? You're FBI? Missed me. I'm a dead ringer for Green. He got a letter just like each of you. He came to the bureau to ask for help. So I stood in his place tonight to set up a sting operation.
Some sting. 6 people died on your watch.
I usually work the desk. My beat is property crime, theft. You know, that's why I was so tickled when the real Wadsworth risked his neck to drop off a whole briefcase worth of evidence.
You've had the evidence this whole time.
It's all here. Miss Scarlett's books. Provided with clients and dates of service. Provided she's DC's top madam, justifies why she killed the cop listed here on her payroll. And Professor Plum, a love letter addressed to you. From the underage daughter of the head of the you-know-who. Who would have came clean to daddy, who would have cleaned you out so you killed her. Oh, that's private. And these negatives. Quite a regular at Miss Scarlett's establishment. Bet you couldn't be a colonel anymore if your motorist had informed your general where he drives on Tuesday nights. Just wanted someone to talk with. Shark fin soup indeed, Mrs. Peacock. Too bad your old cook couldn't keep quiet. If only she hadn't blabbered about your old briberies, maybe you would have killed her just before meeting us outside in the billiard room.
Circumstantial evidence will never hold up in the courts of law.
But these notarized records of the cooks will.
Zip it up!
Oh.
And Mrs. White, now you really did hate Yvette, now didn't you?
That way. Flames on the sides of my face.
Okay, we get it. Here is a vial holding the fingerprints of your previous murders.
I never murdered my husband.
Fingerprints. I'm sure the FBI will be able to match these to the one on the noose tied around Yvette's neck.
I wear gloves.
You mean these?
Damn it!
And last but not least, Mr. Bobby Bonnie.
It's Robert.
What? Now you really did it, hey Yvette, now didn't you?
What's it to you?
Illicit green card love affair. The icing on the cake of this whole FBI file. Your butler, the real Wadsworth, has been feeding us information for months. Now talk about a real American.
He was British.
Oh, what? You know what I mean. I see why you want to kill him. Twice. Your shot missed him in the study, so he wisely played dead. Until you caught him sneaking out, that you bludgeoned him with the lead pipe I dropped on my way to the kitchen.
I mean, who drops a murder weapon?
I didn't know it was a murder weapon, I dropped it! The Bonnie's family has been wanted for organized crime for many generations and have always eluded the law. Until tonight. The Bonnie's family has reached a dead end. You leave my family out of this! Oh!
Oh, it's so dark. Hold me. Larry, hold me. Oh! It's so dark. Sit down, sit down. Oh! Oh! If I knew you were coming, I'd have baked you a cake. Oh! 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 Yes, here we go. I'm going.
Stand up.
I'm a doctor.
Why are you crying?
I liked him.
What? He's dead.
No! Smile when your heart is aching. Smile. Ah! Ah! Oh! Oh! Larry! Larry! Yes, here we go. Now, now, now.
No. He's dead.
I tell you all, this is the most exciting night I've had in a long time. Now, you're all under arrest. Officers, here are the criminals you've been looking for. You'll find the evidence of the crime in the billiard room.
Dates! All right, who done it?
He cheated.
They all did. But if you want to know who killed Mr. Bodby, it was me, Special Agent Larry Goodman, in the hall with my gun.
Well done, Goodman.
That's what he said.
And that's how it really... Sorry. All right, take him away. I'm gonna go home to sleep with my